I'm gonna tell you the most important things to focus on right now so you can get your channel growing rapidly over the next 3 to 6 months, and we're starting right now.
That's just how it is. Ain't waiting on me.
What is going on? My name is Nick. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Okay, if you don't want to waste the next 12 months making content that's not getting you anywhere, make sure you pay really close attention to what I'm getting ready to tell you in this video. Because here's the thing, YouTube is getting more competitive, and if you want to get more views and more subscribers and all of the stuff that comes with it, you want to make sure that you listen to what I'm telling you in this video. And look, I'm not saying that as a trick to get you to watch longer. I'm saying that because it's important that you hear the information that I'm getting ready to share with you. And that's because this information, if you're doing it correctly or not, is going to determine how you grow into the future. We're going to start with click-through rate, and I'm not getting ready to say what you think that I'm getting ready to say. Through all the comments that I'm getting and all of the feedback that I get on all the different social media platforms about what people think click-through rate is, it's wrong. So first, if you don't even know what click-through rate is, your click-through rate is your ability to convert the viewer, or basically get the viewer to click on your video when YouTube shows it to somebody anywhere on the platform. In that act of YouTube actually showing your thumbnail to somebody, that's called an impression. Your click-through rate and the amount of impressions that you're getting from YouTube can literally make or break your YouTube channel. So it's important to make sure that you get familiar with these words, and it's also important that you know what to look for so you can know if you're doing a good or a bad job, which will let you know if you need to improve in these areas. I'm going to show you how to do that now. YouTube says that the average click-through rate on the platform is between 2 and 10%, so you want to at least fall within that. But what you want to do is you want to look in your traffic sources and track what works and doesn't in the different sources that you're trying to target. For example, if you're targeting suggested, find all of your videos that are getting suggested traffic and see how they compare against the ones that are not in terms of click-through rate and average view duration, total watch time, and so on from suggested views. If you're targeting browse traffic, the same exact thing applies. You want to look at your traffic sources and you want to see what your click-through rate is in browse compared to the impressions that you're getting on all of those videos that are doing really well compared to the ones that are not. But just like if you were targeting the suggested traffic that we talked about a second ago, you also want to look at the total percentage viewed, total watch time that you're getting, and so on. Now, when it does come to your browse features, you also, when you are looking at that traffic, you also want to actually click on that. And when you click on that, you want to make sure that you are looking at the homepage traffic and not just the subscriber traffic. So if you're just looking at subscribers, then it might skew that number just a little bit. So you want to make sure that you're really getting an understanding of how this thing's performing on the homepage. Now, depending on the type of content you make, you might also just be primarily targeting search traffic. If that's the case, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're comparing your videos that typically do well for search results. You want to compare the click-through rate that you're getting on those versus the impressions that you're getting against the ones that don't seem to rank as well. And the really cool thing is once you get this information and you start noticing, hey, when I do this particular thing in my thumbnails, when I add text or when I don't add text in my thumbnails, they seem to perform better in search or in browse or in suggested based on what it is that you're trying to accomplish with your channel. Now, one thing that we have to keep in mind as content creators is that the click-through number by itself doesn't mean that much if you're not getting a lot of impressions. You always have to factor in how much is YouTube showing my video to people on the platform. For example, if you're getting 100 impressions and you have a high click-through rate, doesn't really mean a lot. If you are getting 100 impressions and you have a very low click-through rate, well, you've got some work to do. On the other side of that, if you're getting tens of thousands of impressions or you're getting millions of impressions on your videos, but then you're still able to maintain a high click-through rate, then you're doing awesome. But it's really important that you keep this in mind. Typically, the more impressions that you're getting on a video, the more difficult it is to maintain a high click-through rate, because that basically means that YouTube is trying to show it to a bunch of people, and those people that they're trying to show it to, at first, they're like the perfect people that should be watching it. But as time goes on and they try to show it to more and more people, then those people start being less qualified to view that video, which then can drive down the click-through rate, your average view duration, and all of that on videos that are getting tons of impressions. Okay, so now let's put this into some actionable stuff for you. Let's say that you've went through your videos and you figured out that, hey, all of these videos here have a high click-through rate in the browse features based on the impressions that I normally get on my videos. And in suggested and search, you can do the same exact thing where you say these thumbnails perform best in these particular areas of YouTube. And of course, if you can have your thumbnails performing well in all of those, then that's a huge win. But ultimately what you're trying to do is you're trying to recognize patterns. So what I recommend that you do in this situation is that once you identify those videos or those thumbnails that are performing at the higher rates or that are just performing great for you, is start looking for patterns. And here's what I mean. Pay really close attention to what color those thumbnails are. Pay close attention to the words that you used or didn't use in the thumbnail. Pay really close attention to how you focused on the imagery or other elements of the thumbnail. Did you have a face in it? Did you not have a face in it? And what you'll find through doing this is you'll find that over time, people typically respond to these types of things on your channel versus these types of things. Another thing you want to make sure that you keep in mind when you're putting all this stuff together is you want to think about, okay, well, this video, it performed well, or this thumbnail performed well. Is it also because of the title? Right? And you got to start looking for patterns in your title. You also want to consider things like, is this seasonal? Is it performing well just because it's the season for that type of thing? Or is it this particular video performed well because I just happened to hop on a trend and the interest for that topic was higher at that particular point that I put out that video, for example? Or is it something that you think you can replicate? Now, I'm going to make more videos about this in the future where we're going to go a little bit deeper down that road. But for now, let's stay focused. Other things that you want to look for in your high performing thumbnails and your low performing thumbnails, because you want to look at those too, right? You want to look for patterns there as well, but you want to look for things like dominant colors. Is it zoomed in more? Is it zoomed out more? Is there clutter, right? Is there like a lot of stuff happening in your thumbnail? Is it really basic to where there's like super laser focus on a specific thing that you're trying to bring attention to? You also want to consider things like the title of this video or what's happening in the thumbnail. Is it framed in a negative way? Is it framed in a positive way? Are there certain words in the title or thumbnail that just happen to be triggering people to click? And if that is the case, then you know, hey, I need to start using these things when I'm putting out new content because that is what the people that YouTube is showing my content to, that's what they're responding to. Once you notice things and you start to come up with theories on why it is that you think people respond to things, the next thing to do is to test, which I'm going to show you how to do here in just a minute. But the big idea here on the click-through rate is you want to start looking for patterns. You want to start looking for those proven things that people are proven to respond to over and over again on your channel. And here's the really fun thing that you'll notice, especially if you have multiple channels, is you're going to notice that one thing that works on your channel doesn't always work on another channel, or one thing that works on that other channel doesn't always work on your channel. So it's really important that you test this on your specific channel so that you can find out what works specifically for you and your audience. So we're going to get into the next game-changing topic right here in just a second. But before we do that, let's talk about how you would actually test this stuff once you do come up with your theories. One way is to use the thumbnail testing feature in TubeBuddy. I'll put a link to them down in the description. Their tool lets you isolate the data to the thumbnail and run tests to see which thumbnail works the best, regardless of what your title or topic is. When you're testing different things with your thumbnails, you can also use the grouping feature in Creator Studio in order to group together different thumbnail styles or topic groups so that you can know how your experiments turned out when averaged against each other. When you compare them in groups, that's also going to let you know which ones led to more watch time and more engagement and all of that other stuff as well. Now let's move on to the next game-changing thing, and I'm going to show you how to actually look at it so that you know if yours is good or bad or what's working or what's not. So we've got the thumbnails and titles figured out. We went through that last part where you went and you were able to figure out what people respond to the most when it's actually presented to them on YouTube. So they click on it. What happens next? They get to watch your actual video content. As content creators, the people that are actually making the content, we're always biased towards our own content. And because of that, YouTube actually gives us information that lets us know how people are responding to our content. And I don't mean people like your mom or your brother or your sister or like some buddies of yours. I'm talking about if you're getting 1,000 views on your video, you're going to get an idea of how 1,000 people responded to your content. And when it comes to YouTube, how long people watch your videos for is a really important part of YouTube and how your videos perform. YouTube gives us something called an audience retention report. And the audience retention report shows us a second-to-second display of how people respond to our content. Things that you want to look for here is you want to look for total watch time that you're getting per viewer on average, and you also want to look at the percentage viewed. The percentage viewed, that's like a quality indicator. If you can get people to watch 60-70% of your video, a lot of people to watch 60-70% of your video, then you're really good at putting out quality content, and the percentage viewed shows that. When it comes to the total watch time that you're accumulating per viewer on average, that's also important because one of the things that YouTube is trying to get is they're trying to get as much watch time per impression as possible on a video. And what that means is when YouTube shows your video to somebody, if they click on it and they watch for a longer period of time, then they have that impression, right? They showed it to somebody and then that person clicked, and then how long did they watch the video? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to accumulate as much watch time for every time they show it to somebody as possible. So ultimately what you're trying to do is you're trying to get people to click, right? Through your click-through rate, you're trying to get people to click as much as possible and then watch as much as possible. But let's get back on track. In your audience retention, you want to pay really close attention to the first part of your video because if you can grab a viewer's attention and hold them in the beginning, they're more likely to watch a lot more of the video. If you see a graph like this, it means people are not interested posted and you've got a lot of work to do on that beginning part of the video. If you do see a graph that looks like that, what I recommend is that you spend a lot of time working on your hook, or basically the thing that grabs people's attention when they first come into the video. If you see a graph that looks like this, it means people are skipping to different parts in your video. On the channel that you're watching right now, one thing that I noticed when I was looking at this was I noticed that on my list videos, when I would have graphics on the screen showing each individual thing that I was talking about, people would just skip from thing to thing to thing, which is great for the user experience. It's great for you when you're watching, but for the sake of, keeping that watch time relatively steady, I said, okay, let me see what happens if I actually take the graphical representation out and then they have to actually watch the video. And that's exactly what happened. Those dips went away. I hope you understand. I'm also trying to get as much watch time per impression. If you see something like this in the graph, it means that people got what they expected and then they left the video, which is fine, but consider that type of information when you're trying to decide how long your videos should be. If you're using end screens in your videos, you'll notice a drop like this when people start clicking off at the end, but what you want to pay really close attention to is what happens before your end screen pops up. For example, if you see a drop like this before your end screen pops up, you probably said something like, and that's how you, or I hope you guys like this video about, or that's why I think XYZ. As content creators, we want to avoid phrases like that at all costs. Here's why. Let's say for easy math that you have 1,000 views on your video. Of course, you can multiply that by as many as you like based on how many views you typically get. If you lose 60% of your viewers by the time you get to that point, you're already down to 400 people. Then you give your viewers a clue that the video is finished before you even get them to your end screens, which means they don't have an option of one of your videos to click on right there in front of them. So before you even have the opportunity to recommend more of your content to the people that are watching your videos and that are already interested in it, if you lose another, let's go small and say 5% of your viewers from telling them that the video is over, now you're down to 350 people that are gonna make it to your end screen. And I know what you're thinking. Nick, it's only 50 people. Not a big deal. You're right, but that's only one video and that's only 1,000 views on that video. You see, it's really important that we think of this stuff at scale, not just one video at a time, but that we think of it at scale across our entire content library. If you multiply that across your next 50 videos, and that's assuming that you're only getting 1,000 views per video, if you multiply that across the next 50 videos, you're losing 25,000 people. And that's 25,000 opportunities to send people into more of your content. If your average views on your videos are 5,000, then saying those things at the end of your video can cost you 87,500 opportunities over the course of the next 50 videos. Do you see how this can add up in a massive way, especially as your channel starts growing and you start getting lots and lots more views? I'm sure you get the idea. Here's what you need to do to ensure that you give yourself an advantage over the next year. I'm gonna be adding tons of value in a lot of different ways to content creators, over the next 12 months. To make sure that you have an awesome year on YouTube, subscribe to my channel and watch the videos when they're shown to you on the homepage. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.